Last, but certainly not least, we recognize the 2025 Illinois Beef Association Farm Family of the Year. This award sets out to reward a beef-producing family in the state that has done an outstanding job in the production and promotion of beef. In addition to raising beef cattle, they exemplify leadership, service, and dedication to their operation, community, and their family. Congratulations, the 2025 award winner, Moore Shothorns, the Hugh Moore Jr. family.
Grandpa and Dad, started this back in '51. From that, we all developed this passion for our beef cattle, our Shothorn breed. We're going to be 75 years in 26, and just to keep trying to make this set of cows better or raise our cattle better, it means a lot to me just to keep that going to what my grandfather started and my grandmother. We give Grandpa and Dad a lot of the credit, but Grandma Moore was a big part of the operation back then. She was a very tough lady, very strong, and she always pushed us to be better. She was an old school teacher, so she always pushed you to be better and pushed the family to be better.
Hugh Moore Jr. and Sons, that's how we go by it, have since 1978. But before that, my dad and my grandpa were partners, and it was Hugh Moore and W. Moore and Sons. The farm we're at here today was my great-grandfather bought this place in 1914, built the house that's here that my mother and father still live in today and have actually, it's going to be 68 years for them. So then they've lived here the whole time. So it's definitely been a family operation.
I was still in high school and joined this operation in 1978 as a partner. I always tell everybody that was the last time I had any money. It's been a partnership with my dad and brother since, and say Dad's 91 now. And he doesn't do a lot, but he is out, and he still thinks he's going to mow hay this year, and that'd be great. We've expanded a lot over the years with the addition of my son-in-law, Cruz, and my daughter, Sarah. They're a big part of the operation anymore. We depend on Cruz a lot.
I always liked growing up on the farm. When I was a kid, since there was only granddaughters, I always told my sister she would be in charge of the cows one day and I would run all the farm ground and I would do all the farming. I always liked to drive a tractor. And she never did. Now my husband's involved more and my sister lives away, so we still tell her that she's in charge of the cows someday and we'll continue taking care of the farm ground. But we own some of the cows now and we like pilling with them, and I'm probably going to get to go back to washing cows this summer because my daughter has a heifer that she's going to show.
For a lot of years we ran 40 cows. Ron and I was getting out of school in the late 70s. We knew we needed to expand, so we started buying. So next day we had to herd up to 70 cows, and I was able to rent some other ground, buy some more pasture land, or buy ground. We'd buy a lot of rougher ground and farm what we could and make pasture out of the rest. So now we run around 150 Shothorn cows, have for the last 30 years. Truly love the Shothorn breed. It's a passion, the whole family. This year will mark our 50th anniversary of show at the Illinois State Fair. And we have not missed one year in them 50 years. My daughter Kelsey, her and Emily, they grew up going to the shows with her Uncle Ron, and she showed a lot of heifers and won a lot of showmanship.
Our cattle operations changed a lot since my younger days. When I first started, my first heifer, Dad bought at a sale. The first time I showed her, we stood last. The last time I showed her, we won our class. The cattle industry, the size of the cows back then weren't as big. Then we grew them bigger. We got a lot of frame in them, probably too much frame. I had a lot of fun showing them type of cattle, but now they've kind of moderated them some, but we've added more depth of rib, more thickness to them, trying to make them more easier doing cattle.
Things that I've learned, obviously hard work, responsibility, because we always had to feed our animals before we could eat and things like that, and taking care of them on the cold days, the warm days, and just making sure they were fully taken care of. Learn a little more about expenses now, and especially filing taxes. That's fun now as being a farm owner. That's a big job, and then getting all the bills in the mail and making sure we sell the grain at the right time to cover our bills.
I'm 65, Ron's 63, so. And Dad's 91. I have people say, well, when are you going to retire? I said, well, I can't retire. My dad hadn't quit yet. That wouldn't look very good.
I would say I'm most proud of the fact that, we have it as a family business. So we have other people that work for us at times, but, the fact that, we can settle our differences and still work together is a big thing. That was always something my great-grandpa always thought was really important, and I agree with that. I mean, if it's a family farm, we need the family to be involved, so we can call my cousins and they'll come help if they need to. Everybody is willing to pitch in when they need to. I think it's an important thing.
We're in great times right now in the cattle deal. I mean, besides, what we market nationally, we feed all of our cattle, all of our steers out. We have a little feedlot here. And we're very fortunate. We've built up a trade that we're selling, half of them just to local now. So it's a great benefit. I get as much enjoyment out of having a heifer win a show somewhere. I had a neighbor tell me the other day, he said, that's the best steak I ever ate. Well, that's about the best compliments you can get, that you're doing something right for the whole industry.